If someone told you that the product of two unknown numbers was 0, could you give me any information about those two numbers? Well, if you think about it, remember that product is the answer to a multiplication question. You should realize that the only way to get 0 as an answer to a multiplication question is if one or both of your numbers are 0. This is the basis of what we call the zero property, which is used in solving equations. Let's use the zero property to help us solve this equation. First, let's review the zero property. The zero property tells us that if we multiply two or more factors together and the product is 0, then one or both of the factors equals 0. So in this case, if a times b equals 0, that tells us that either a equals 0 or b equals 0 or both. If we apply that to the given equation that we're to solve, the quantity x plus 3 times the quantity x minus 2 equals 0, that means that one or both of our factors equals 0. So let's write that out. Either x plus 3 equals 0 or x minus 2 equals 0 or both. Now, for the first one, in the case of x plus 3 equals 0, what does that tell you about x? Well, if I subtract 3 from both sides, I'll see that x equals a negative 3. For the second equation, if x minus 2 equals 0, if I add 2 to both sides, that means that x equals 2. These are considered solutions to the given equation, but let's check it and make sure that they work. Let's take the x minus 3. We'll sub that in for x. We have the quantity negative 3 plus 3, that's putting negative 3 in for x, times the quantity negative 3 minus 2, again putting negative 3 in for x. Negative 3 plus 3 goes to 0, and then we take that times a negative 5. That product is 0, so the first answer checks. Let's try the second answer, positive 2. If I put 2 in for x, I'll have the quantity 2 plus 3 times the quantity 2 minus 2. 2 plus 3 is 5. 2 minus 2 is 0. 5 times 0 is also 0. So the second answer also checks. So we applied our zero property, setting each factor equal to 0, and solved for x. Then we checked our answers. Our answers are negative 3 and a positive 2.